Hello everyone and welcome to our attack simulation. Today I'm going to demonstrate how an attacker gains initial access and delivers a ransomware payload. Everything is obviously done inside of a safe network, fully isolated. It's a pure cybersecurity lab. So the machines that we are using, we have our attacker, our router, then we have victim 2, which is also the Windows server, and victim 1, which is the first victim to be affected, that is the Windows 10. And then this is the Ubuntu machine I'm using to capture logs. So now let us get started. So we start with an Nmap scan, so we can identify what are the hosts on this network. So give it a second and we should be getting our results now. Perfect. So now we can see this is a router. This is the server due to many ports are open, and this is the endpoint victim that we want to work on. So we will run the script that determines whether it is vulnerable or not. And yes, it is vulnerable. So we launch MSF console and we wait for it to load. And while we're waiting for it to load, let's take a look at this here. So this is the actual LockBit file. This is where the ransomware is actually created. So there's this build.bat file. It is a Windows file, as you can see by the extension .bat. So we had to install Wine so we can run it. Wine emulates Windows capabilities. So we can essentially run this file here and it built the ransomware. So this is the actual ransomware executable. So now we can carry on and we can actually begin preparing our attack. So the first command that we have to run is obviously using the exploit that we want to use, SMBGhost, and it defaults to the Meterpreter reverse TCP. Then we begin setting our remote host, which is the victim, then our local host, and it will be hosted on this port. And another option that we need to enable is actually defanged mode. So this essentially will allow the exploit to go crazy since it needs approval. So now all we need to do is press exploit and now the exploit should begin running. Yeah, there we go. It takes a bit of time. Oh, there we go. It finished it quickly and now we should have access and we hopefully wouldn't get the blue screen of death. Yeah, perfect. Now we have access through Meterpreter. So now we can actually begin deploying the malicious load onto the victim. So now let me paste in this selection. So upload, we are uploading now. And there we go. Now we have uploaded the ransomware. And now we can essentially execute it. Let's take a look. Paste clipboard. Now the process has started. We can see that it takes a bit of time, right? There we go. Now we can see its stuff is getting encrypted here. Stuff is getting encrypted here. Clearly, the malware has been traveling between those two devices as well as SMB is enabled, and it's essentially spreading through the group policy. There we go. Now it has changed the background, and both of these machines have now been infected. So you can see here your data are stolen and encrypted. Endpoint Security Engineering, Dr. Muhammad Al-Ani, RIT Dubai. Enjoy. This is essentially the threats that the actual hackers. And as you can see, if I try to access any folder, it won't work. This is the message. Folder here. Everything here is encrypted. These are some folders I created beforehand. Looks beautiful. But yeah, this is pretty much the attack. And yeah, I hope you all enjoyed.